What's going on, YouTube? Lasagna here, back with another episode of A Road to 2000. And it's been a while, but today we're going to try to keep climbing through the 1600s here. Just had some of my girlfriend's Red Bull, so hopefully that'll give me wings as we go into this match. So let's find a 10 plus 5 here. Alright, so nobody was searching in the 10 plus 5, so we're getting light 62. So let's go e4. Opponent from India here is playing d6. So we're going to go knight c3. I'm going to go f3 here. My opponent's playing kind of like a Pierce kind of setup, or like a King's Indian style, with the pawn on d6, the castled king. Rook e8's interesting, not a common move, I don't think, in these kind of lines. Obviously he's aiming to go e5. I think we'll just castle queenside, and after e5 we'll just push d5. Okay, now this is kind of like I think it's called like a Gurganidze or something. When they go c6 and b5, probably gonna follow it up with like queen a5 or something. And this is actually kind of like how I like to play this myself whenever I play this line as black. I think I can go g4 though. These lines get kind of crazy because you can go like g4, h4, h5, and we're just going to be attacking very quickly here. I can never remember. I think knight a4 is a move. I think knight e2 is also a move. I want to play this though, I think. Just go knight a4. Sometimes your knight can get a little bit stuck on the side of the board here. Like if he goes bishop d7 and lines this up, and then if I have to take with... If I play like b3 and I have to take with the pawn, then it can get a little bit ugly, but on the flip side, we're going to have some quick play over here on the other side of the board. So, okay, opponent's striking in the center. We consider taking, because if he takes with the pawn, then he loses the game. And if he takes with the rook, I mean, that seems pretty decent. I think I'm going to take the pawn in the center. Not sure if it's correct or not, but he's got to take with the rook, that's for sure. And then, I don't know, maybe we have bishop d4, or... Sure, we'll have some sort of move. We could even consider bishop f4, because then maybe we could win this pawn. Bishop f4, where does the rook go? Probably just back to the back rank, and then if we take... I think we're in good shape. So we'll see what he does. Whoa. Knight d7, so taking seems just like a no-brainer to me. I mean, I guess he's maybe arguing that he gets this nice diagonal. Still think it's probably worth it to take, though. We can play bishop d4, and... yeah, I think we're just much better here. Okay, we get knight e5, so... This move kind of looks attractive to me. Just this seems like a decent square for the knight on c5 here. It kind of prevents his piece from developing out here, and also, I don't know, just controls some squares. He's putting some pressure here, but at the moment it's defended, so I'm not too worried about it. Alternatively, well, the knight does kind of prevent his pawn from pushing forward, so maybe it's not super necessary to move it immediately. Could consider going like knight a3 here, or knight h3. And just developing another piece. Or maybe even, there's so many moves here, maybe even h5 here. Just trying to open the h file. Seems kind of good to me, just h5. Okay, opening the H file seems like something we want to do. So if I go here and he takes, he wins this pawn. So is that something we want to allow? Not sure. I could revisit this idea. Let's do that. Let's just improve the knight. Now we're threatening to take the bishop, so he's got to resolve the tension here. Seems like a good move to me. We are down almost 2 minutes on the clock, so classic lasagna style. We'll keep an eye on that. Okay, takes. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, that's very annoying. He's gonna win this pawn, so I don't think there's much we can do about it, though. He's also attacking this one. Like, he could take there as well. Might have made a bit of an error here. Okay, bishop c2 looks like a move, but I guess he does have 3 attackers here. Bishop c2, let's say knight takes. There is this move. I mean, I guess he's covering the promotion, so that's... I don't know how dangerous this move is for him. Okay, I'm gonna play here. Now this is gonna get very sharp because after takes, if he moves the knight, he'll be threatening checkmate. So I have to be careful. So here, if he goes there, then it's game. Well, maybe not game, but close. Let's try this. Maybe I should have, yeah, there's no checks or anything to open this up, so. Rook's under attack. Okay, moves it there. That makes sense. But now I have this move. I guess he could just take. I could never take because I get mated. What about this move? Here. Here. This is scary. Here. Let's try this. Oh, but if I go here, then he can take the knight. But then I take this one, and he's not threatening mate anymore, so like takes, and maybe we're okay there. Yeah, like here, takes, and then it's his turn. He's got like check. King b1, h4. Yeah, I've got to move. I think we're like somewhat okay here. Not too sure though. It's kind of a weird move. Does he want to go here? Then I might have this move. Or even this. I think we're doing okay here. I mean, we're not doing okay on the clock, to be honest. That's the major issue here. So he's going to take, and then I can take here. He can take, and then I guess I'll take here. And what's going on in that position? Well, that seems wrong to me. Let's go here. Hit the queen here. And I want to play this move. Not sure if that was correct, because this allows him to like bring his queen back and maybe start defending his king, but I want to open the H file and maybe swing my queen over and try to attack, but because he's got some pieces that are in the game here. It's an interesting position, that's for sure. Okay, let's take. Just ooga booga, try to attack him on the H file here. Because his queen's so offside, like how does he actually protect the king? He might have gotten himself into some trouble here. We gotta move. Sacking the bishop here. I'm just hoping that this will lead to mate, but I'm not sure. Maybe I should have just taken the pawn. That was stupid. I should have just taken the pawn. If takes, I'm just going to take the pawn, I think. And then maybe knight f5. Or maybe even this move. Just try to activate the rooks. I think we're still like winning, even though I just made a huge mistake here. Gotta move quick here. 36 seconds. Did we get him? I think we might have gotten him. Yeah, I think it's mate. Well, I guess he has this. Shoot. Oh. Oh man, I'm gonna need an Ativan after that one. Holy, that's just not the way chess is supposed to feel in the heart. Let's take a look at the analysis. Well, that was not a very good game. The engine thinks we both played like 1000s, which is kind of funny. I had a 53% accuracy. Light 62 had a 56.4. And yeah, that just got wild towards the end. I mean, it was a very sharp game. It's hard to maintain a good accuracy in these games where it just turns into complete chaos. So yeah, these positions are usually pretty strong for white because you can generally just kind of fling your pawns up the board. G4, H4, try to crack open the king side and try to trade off your black's fianchetto bishop to try to get in on the dark squares. So I really like these positions. I played it from both sides, and it just turned in very sharp very quickly. Both sides have good chances. Okay, so knight a4 was best. I wasn't sure about that. I think knight e2 is another option, but I don't like that the bishop gets blocked in here. Taking was best, because I noticed that if pawn takes, then he loses the game. And if rook takes, I was planning to go bishop f4, which is wrong. I guess knight b6 is better. Interesting. I was going to go here with the idea that I can just win a pawn here. But engine says there is bishop takes g4. Which is interesting. Oh, because if I take, then there's knight takes e4 with the fork here. That's cool. But I didn't see that, neither did he. So he decided to just go knight e7, which is very awkward because it prevents the development of both of his pieces on the queen side here. And the queen loses some squares as well. So I just take the pawn and then go h5, trying to continue my plan of opening the h-file here. And knight c5 was wrong. I was supposed to just take and just keep on trucking here, I guess. But I kind of like this move just because it put pressure on the bishop and got my knight on a better square. It was a little bit offsides on a4 here, but I guess this concrete idea of knight c4, and he's able to kind of resolve some of his problems and even win this pawn back. So this was wrong because, oh, and not to mention that he gets just tons of pressure with the battery along the dark square diagonal there. So a bit of a misstep from me, just not seeing that idea. So we have to go bishop c1 here to defend the diagonal, and now after he takes, which is wrong, I guess, knight a3 check is better. Ooh, I can't take because of checkmate, so I'd have to go here, and then there's queen takes d6, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, because of the pin. Interesting. But he didn't see that. He just takes the pawn instead, which made sense to me. Kind of still keeps the long-term pressure on a1 alive. So, I go knight d7, pawn to d7 here. And lots of blunders here. I guess e5 is a good move here. I thought he just takes though, no? F4. And then I just win the piece. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I didn't see that. Yeah, so he can't take the pawn, even though there's I only have one defender and he has two. Because he needs both of these to defend the knight, it actually works out. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't see that. It's kind of a interesting idea. I haven't really seen that before, but I go g5 here, just trying to bother the queen, because if the queen leaves the diagonal, then, like you saw in my analysis there, he loses the knight. So I tried to like get him off of the diagonal. Knight f3 is a big mistake. Knight b3 was better. I don't see the big deal though. And then rook f3. Aha, that's how you get him off the diagonal. That's interesting. Getting the knight to cover the square and then lifting the rook. Some very interesting ideas so far in this analysis that nobody saw. Kind of unique piece movement, I'll call it that. So a4, so black just trying to crack open my king here, but he's a little slow, and bringing the queen over here seemed very wrong to me. I think keeping the queen either central or even just putting it on e7 here where it can defend the king was probably the right choice. Because over here, now, like, you know, h-file is a big problem. My pieces are pretty centralized, and I'm going to be able to crack open the king here. Wow, knight h4 was considered brilliant. I actually, after playing this move, thought that I should have just taken the pawn here with queen takes g6. I thought this was more simple, because I'm probably going to be able to push the pawns and, you know, maybe bring the knight to f5 here. And anyways, but this is considered brilliant, because if I followed up with this, then I guess this is mate in 3. So I shouldn't have second-guessed myself and just continued with getting the knight in. The knight-queen combo against the king is usually pretty strong here, because in this case, like, he can't actually keep defending the bishop. Well, I guess he could like this. Yeah, what would I have done here? And it says f5. I guess just threatening e6, getting the king away from the defense of the bishop. Anyways. But I didn't do it, and I go knight f5 instead. I kind of like the idea of the h-file being open and always having this checkmate threat. It just looked pretty good for me. And we just have tons of pressure here. Like, you know, the queen was pinned here. There's checkmate, threatened if the queen moves, maybe stack the rooks as well. Just looked very good. There's e6 at whenever I wanted as well. And he's just got no development here, so yeah, just very strong position. Unfortunately, only at 34 seconds. So we take and we go check. And I did something wrong here. I kind of let his king escape over to the queen side here. What was better here? Let me try to figure this out. This move looks good. Taking away this square. Yeah, queen e5 check. And this is mate in 5, I guess. Queen e5. Aha, that. Oh, that just wins the queen. Okay, I missed that. So yeah, a bit of an error here. And this is, if you're hunting the king, you gotta check for like the squares that he can run away to. And if you can find safety like amongst the other pieces and the pawns, then that's kind of what you want to avoid. You want to like keep them in the center, where you can cut off more squares and stuff. So interesting. So, because now this position is just very complicated. Like, yeah, we're winning, but like, if black's able to trade some stuff, then two rooks, queen, queen. He's just got an extra pony here, so it can go south very quickly, as you can see with this mistake with rook h5. But this was a nice move. Just, again, trying to get into a situation where the king's cut off and I can attack. And yeah, these moves were all made within like 3 or 4 seconds, so don't hate on me too much. And eventually we get something here with the rook over here. And at this point, I was just trying to move instantly to catch up on the clock. Like here, for example, this was basically a pre-move. And, you know, I saw that my queen covered this square, so I was trying to skewer him. But with the rook intercepting here, that doesn't work anymore. And then so we just hang a piece. But since nobody had any time, it worked out. So that's probably all the time we have today. We're ending at 1656. Nice little victory there in a very chaotic game. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. So if you liked the video, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And we will see you on the next one.